Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to a report by Al Jazeera, Iran has launched military attacks targeting United States military assets located in Bahrain, Kuwait, and Jordan. The strikes follow a series of U.S. actions against Iran, significantly intensifying the ongoing geopolitical standoff over the strategically vital Strait of Hormuz. The escalation has already had an immediate impact on global markets, with Brent crude prices surging as Washington and Tehran clash over control of the critical waterway. Al Jazeera's Mohammed Val reports that these retaliatory actions mark a dangerous escalation in the region's security environment, threatening further disruption to international shipping lanes and energy security. According to a CNBC report, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Co., TSMC, the world's largest contract chip maker, announced a massive 67.9% year-on-year surge in its June sales, ahead of its second quarter earnings release. For the month of June, TSMC recorded revenue of $42.68 billion NT, representing a 6.2% increase from the previous month. This impressive growth was primarily driven by the booming global demand for artificial intelligence, AI, chips, and subsequent infrastructure investments. For the first half of 2026, the Taiwanese chip giant's total revenue reached NT dollars in $4,074.99 billion, marking a stellar 35.6% increase compared to the same period in 2025. Following the revenue announcement, TSMC's shares traded 1% higher. TSMC manufactures advanced semiconductors for tech giants such as NVIDIA, Apple, and AMD, and commands a 73% share of the global pure-play foundry market. Additionally, the company plans to establish 2 advanced chip packaging facilities in southern Taiwan to expand capacity. TSMC is scheduled to officially report its full second quarter earnings on Thursday, July 16, 2026. The U.S. Department of Justice has issued subpoenas to several New York Times journalists following their reporting on security concerns regarding the new Qatari-gifted Air Force One aircraft. According to the Asahi Shimbun, the reporters are being compelled to testify before a federal grand jury in Manhattan. This development marks a significant escalation in President Donald Trump's ongoing campaign against the media. Legal experts and press freedom advocates, including the Reporters Committee for Freedom of the Press, have condemned the action as a departure from the department's long-standing practice of treating reporter subpoenas as a last resort. The Justice Department maintained that the investigation targets those leaking classified information rather than the journalists themselves. However, the move has drawn widespread criticism for its potential to erode democratic principles. The article notes that the newer jet, which cost $400 million to retrofit, reportedly lacks certain sophisticated security features found on older models, a claim that surfaced after the president swapped aircraft during a recent trip to Turkey and Europe amid heightened regional tensions. According to a report by Metro.co.uk, the death toll from the devastating wildfires in Almeria, southern Spain, has risen to 13 after a 93-year-old British woman died in the hospital. Admitted on Friday with burns covering 20% of her body and suffering from pre-existing conditions, she is the latest confirmed victim of the blaze. The fires have destroyed over 17,300 acres in Los Gallardos since late last week. Most of the victims identified so far are Belgian and British tourists or expatriates, along with one Spaniard. The DNA identification process is ongoing. At least 23 people remain missing, and authorities fear the death toll will rise further. Amid the tragedy, rescue teams located a British couple alive but in critical condition with 40% burns in a rugged ravine after hearing their cries for help. In another heartbreaking incident, a British man is believed to have died while on the phone with his wife, trapped in his car by the flames while trying to save his cats. According to a report by the Asahi Shimbun, Typhoon Bavi has weakened to a tropical storm after making landfall in eastern China's Zhejiang province. Despite weakening, the storm has continued to bring heavy rain and strong winds as it moves northwestward into Anhui province. The severe weather has prompted massive evacuations, with more than 2.2 million people displaced in Zhejiang, over 290,000 in Shanghai, and more than 180,000 in Fujian province. In addition to the evacuations, the storm caused significant disruptions to transportation. Shanghai's Pudong and Hongqiao international airports canceled roughly 653 inbound and outbound flights. Local damage was reported in the coastal city of Yueqing, where over 1,300 trees were toppled or uprooted. Bavi had previously bypassed Taiwan on Saturday. While it did not make direct landfall there, strong winds and slippery roads caused at least 134 injuries across the island. China's National Meteorological Center warned that torrential rains would persist in several eastern and northeastern regions. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.